agency over your cluster. A lot has to be done. Let me move to another cluster. Cluster G. Cluster G is on garment culture and value reorientation. That cluster is headed by who?
Good evening, sir.
Adeleke, Janet, Anoluwapo. Good evening to
Yes,
you.
sir. Good evening, sir.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. All right. This is Cluster G, and our theme for our topic is garment cultures and value reorientation. And my own topic for this. Yeah, my topic says the influence of psychological state on dress sense among tech-savvy undergraduates in Ogbomoso. And my dependable variables is dress sense, while my independable variable is psychological states. I think you are hearing me. Good evening, everyone.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so,
It's very good. Yes, go on.
all right. Concerning my topic, what I say to this topic is, yeah, clothing is far beyond we just putting on clothes. Clothing serve as a mental influence, as a mental interface, a way we manage stress, a project competencies for professionals and regulation of mood. And one thing I've come to discover is that yes, sometimes the clothes we put on determine our mood, maybe our emotion, maybe we are sad, we are happy, we are in angry mood, and so on. So what I'll be focusing on this topic is the tech savvy among undergraduates in Ogbomoso. And during my research about this topic, I've come to know that mostly in from Ogbomoso students who are into tech, there are people who are highly exposed to Instagram, who are highly exposed to TikTok, who are highly exposed to internet, Pinterest, and a lot more. So this has made me to come to this topic and wants me to focus on the psychological state on dress sense, the psychological state, which says this is talking about a mental reasoning. A mental reason, how we reason is the way we dress, is the way we put on. And my context for this is tech savvy undergraduate in Ogbomoso. So this is the topic I'm working on, sir.
All right. Thank you for that presentation. Your topic is quite interesting. Taking let me reserve my question and ask a question from the general audience. Please, everyone, look at that question. I pinned it on WhatsApp. Do you think that that topic is comprehensive enough? Is it covering the dependent you're not responding, I will just call anyone to respond to that question. Do you think that that topic contains all the essential variables and the context? On WhatsApp. Beautiful, beautiful. No hands. Yes. Oh, Yetunde Samuel. Who is that? I actually, yes, I will take it to mean that you're not available. Yes. Oh, Yetunde Samuel.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
You are on. I don't know if you are using earpiece. Disconnect from me so we can hear you very well. Scholar Motunrola Karimat.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you. Go ahead and answer the question. Do you think that that research topic contains everything it needs?
Yes,
Motunrola,
sir.
you are unmuted. Speak.
So
Sir, about the research question, sir. The topic,
I said
I understand the topic, but I don't think it's straightforward enough.
Okay. Which aspect of it don't you understand so that Scholar Janet can talk about it?
Yes, sir. The psychological state on dress sense, like, and the among
Like you
text.
don't get what that means, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Scholar Janet, you actually did a good presentation. Now, Motorola is one person, maybe that is representing others. They may not get what you're talking about. So can you break down what do you mean by dress sense?
Yeah, alright, sir. What I mean by dress sense is the way we dress. For example, let me start an example. When a person have a presentation, putting on a suit, the way the suit is putting on, like it reflects the presentation, it reflects what the person wants to do and have the courage to do it. And also the way we dress really show exactly how we are, the confidence we are. When putting on the clothes, maybe let me start an example. Maybe in an environment now, they are having let me say a presentation or a conference. When you get to that place, the way the people will dress will really signify the conference they are here for. We cannot be going for a conference and just put on and let's say a native dress that day. It's not be look good. So I'm talking about the psychological state on dress sense, like how we think, our thinking before we put on dress, our thinking on the dress we put on. That is what I'm trying to say, sir.
Okay. Let me give you some hints. Because I remember the first time I heard about
The network is not good.
dress sense. It was when
Jesus.
a senior colleague of mine was to do
I can't
a
hear you very
research
well,
on it,
sir.
and she mentioned time till then to check up again. What are the elements of dress sense? Because I want to be sure that
Yes, sir. I
you
can't hear your question.
captured those things properly.
Ah,
Sorry. Jesus is Lord. Can you all hear me clearly?
Sir, I hear you.
Hearing me? Abijo Oluwafemi,
So we can't hear
Hear
you.
me?
The network is not good.
Is that my charger?
It's not good at all, sir.
Can you hear me?
We can't
Okay,
hear you, sir.
just hold on. I'm going to. I will go out of the call and come back. Really sure.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, Janet, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now, sir.
All right. So the instance of dress sense I'm talking about, you may have to mute yourself, Janet.
Okay.
Some of the elements of dress sense that make the um, that makes people dressing to become a testament of their psychological states include, for example, how do people handle casualness and officiation in dressing. For example, it's possible for someone to use a scarf casually or professionally. And many times when you come to class, you know many people that they are using scarf, but they are not tying scarf. They just use it on their head and just throw it here and there. Is that a reflection of psychological states? Some people, when they dress, they don't actually consider colors of what they combine. For example, if I'm putting on a plain pairs of trousers now, and I'm putting on, originally I'm expected to put on a patterned shirt. But or imagine I'm putting on a patterned shirt and I just put on a patterned tie too. And that is a very poor dress sense. Could it be that people's psychological state, the way they are thinking, their mood, etc., affects the way they dress? Those are issues of dress sense. So when you're looking at psychological state as an influencer of people's dress sense, those are the kind of things to think about. So these are assignments I want to give you, Janet, so that we don't spend much time on. Go and look at the elements of dress sense. Such an example figure type and the kind of dress that should be chosen to match with a figure type. So I want you to go and study that. Then you look at several psychological states that may influence people's dressing from what exists in literature. By the time we are doing the next meeting and you will be speaking, that time you'll be speaking about the chapter one, and you're expected to give us comprehensive presentation about those things you have gathered as the element of dress sense and psychological state. Is that taken?
Yes, sir.
Good. Let us hear from scholar Mo Wodua.
All right, good evening, everyone. Yes, my topic is the influence of social media technology on nudity in fashion and well-being among the students of Ladoke Akintola University of Technology. Okay, so the independent variable is the social media technology, and the dependent variable is nudity in fashion and well-being. Yes, and the context is among the students of Ladoke Akintola University of Technology. So, what my topic is about is the influence of social media, like this generation that we are. Social media technology has influenced the fashion choice of students by they promoting revealing dress, revealing clothes, and students, or let me say people, maybe youth, they often try to follow what is trending. Like they want to be doing things that is maybe is it modern, or they sure want to follow what is trending online. So by doing so, they are also copying the wrong part, the what is not good of that trending thing, like them putting on dress that is not covering their body, that is revealing, and it is not promoting our cultural value and our indigenous our orientation. So my topic, I will be looking at uh the influence of technology and the possible ways we can advise or change people in a way not to be dressing, not to be putting all revealing dress, and to be dressing moderately. Yes, that's it, sir.
All right, thank you. And I think that the topic is quite obvious. It's going to be addressing a value-related issue in fashion. Let me ask someone to help me captures everything. I ask you all to go to WhatsApp and check. I just pinned down the link on it. You should take it to the original message. Scholar Rokibat Muritala, I need you to tell me that research topic, does it contain all the expected elements? Okay. Rokibat is, maybe she's a ghost on the call. Scholar Oluwanimilo.
Yes, sir.
Yes, check out that research topic. Is it containing everything that should be there?
I'm coming, sir.
You should have come fast. Oh. I will come back to you. Praise Feishike, I called you earlier for your group to present, but you are not available.
My network was bad, sir. I'm very sorry, sir.
It is well with you and your network.
Sir,
Yes, go ahead. Nimilo.
okay, so I feel like our context is a bit vague. She said our context is students of Ladoke Akintola University of Education, and as we all know, we also have, apart from Ogbomoso campus, we also have Iseyin. So I feel like you have to come down to probably the one in Ogbomoso, or if it's one at Iseyin that she wants to focus on. So I feel like um that's something in our topic that she might need to consider.
Excellent. That's correct. So, Scholar Adu, take note of that.
Yes,
Your
all right,
context
sir.
has population definition, but no geographical definition. So let us know, is it
All right.
Lado Gagatala University, College of Earth Sciences, or the main campus, or is saying? That's good.
Main campus,
Now,
sir.
as to, okay, good. As to the
Yes, sir.
matter of reason being that these days, many people have models they follow and they subscribe to with
Oh,
very
Jesus.
deep sense of loyalty that they copy whatever they do hook, line, and sinker. They just do what they see others doing. No matter, he's not also here. He's already he switched off his phone. He joined the call and he went to sleep. Scholar Olaoluwa Adetunji, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you. So you just go ahead and tell us about your own topic too, because you're also a member of this cluster.
My topic is impact of modern tools on weaving and finishing efficiency of locally produced ashoke in Ogbomoso. My independent variable is modern tools. Dependent variable is weaving and finishing efficiency. Why my context is Ogbomoso. Ashoke weaving is an important cultural and economic activities in Ogbomoso. But however, the weaving and finishing process are mostly done with traditional tools, leading to slow production, and it may limit the output or slow the process. As demand increase for cultural textile production, textile product, there is a need to examine how modern tools can be improved can improve production speed and efficiency without affecting the traditional design and cultural value of Ashoke. Thanks, sir.
Bala's okay. With the way they use your picture on the Ashoke poster, you must not have anything less than 97A in that course. Oh. Olaolu, I'm
Ah,
talking to you.
yes, sir.
Hello.
I can hear you, sir.
I can hear you, sir.
Sir, I can't hear you. I think the network is bad.
Sorry for the break in transmission. It's a family issue I have to attend to. Okay, if you can hear me, Olaoluwa, can you confirm that?
I can hear you now, sir.
Beautiful. So I said you must not have less than 97A in CHS 403. We watch out for it.
If God will.
Leave your microphone on. If God will, okay. When He has already willed good success for you, He will so. But now, what makes your topic
It's
interesting
already
is you
on.
are looking at something that people avoid. You are looking at. Can you follow me? Maybe it was a collusion. So, Olaoluwa, you must prove confidence in this topic because many people who try to do something on clothing shy away from it because they feel clothing is going to just waste my time. Clothing is not the kind of thing I want. Blah blah blah. But you are looking at modern tool in weaving. Have you come across anyone before?
No, sir.
Oh, so you should not come out and start speaking about something you don't know, right? So the onus is on you to go and do your homework. What are the examples of existing um, modern tool? For example, one of the biggest technological developments you have had in history is the production of the power loom. Power loom is that big machinery that is used for weaving fabrics. Power loom has capacity to weave at faster speed and with greater accuracy than the ones you do in the weaving center. Now, those kinds of things actually exist in big companies, and they are not far-fetched in Nigeria too. I like to say they do ashoke in big style. And there are different types of loom they use. Loom is the combination of all the components of the weaving gears, all of those things that you have from the plank up until the setting up of those rods and everything. But there are ways this thing have been modelized, for example, through the use of power loom. So write it down. Go and look for power loom and get to know what it implies and the possibility of introducing that in a place like Nigeria. Is that taken?
Yes, sir.
All right, good. So let me go ahead with cluster D. I think after cluster D, we have touched every cluster. It remains cluster J, where it was only one person that was available the day they presented. Then cluster F. So let me hear from cluster D. Nimilo, you already said something before on your topic, right? Or wrong? Whichever.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, everybody. My topic is the impact of domestic food
Good evening.
production skills on self-employment opportunities among undergraduates in Lautech, Ogbomoso. So my independent variable is domestic food production skills, while the
Yeah, go ahead.
dependent variable is self-employment opportunities, and the context is undergraduates in Lautech, Ogbomoso. So the reason why I'm choosing this topic is that it is a known fact that graduates struggle to secure jobs after they are done with school. And I feel like the skills, food production, domestic food production skills such as baking, catering, cooking, small food productions, small scale food production, food processing, food preservation, menu planning and packaging can help to create job opportunities for students once they graduate, so they don't have to keep going from organizations to organizations to be submitting CV and before they can secure a job placement.
Okay. Hold on. Oh. From what you are saying now, is it not cluster D? I'm having some. Okay, okay, okay. I remember that we touched this. Yeah, I saw it. But for your other group members, that day, Sulaiman Ismail, I didn't get to hear from you. And Ogunleye Deborah, so get ready
Sir?
for you will talk. Olufowodu Oluwanimilo Titilope. You said you're working on the impact of domestic food production skills on self-employment opportunities among the graduates. Okay, okay. So you're trying to work on something like, I think it's very straightforward. Are you yourself? But I'm just concerned because I want to do something that is closely related to your own skill area, your own already existing prospects. So what am I talking about? You yourself, you bake. Why not, instead of talking about general domestic food production skills, look at confectionery skills generally? Be more specific because many times when you try to handle a variable, it can become very complex. Domestic food production skill include all fundamental culinary skills you need to make food at home, or maybe on a small scale for sale. It includes drink production, it includes confectionaries and a number of other things, even street food production. So you discover that domestic food production becomes very heavy. It becomes a very loaded variable. So instead of that, why not just choose the impact of confectionery production skills on unemployment? So you are looking more in those who make chin chin, those who make snacks generally and bake, and now that provides self-employment opportunities for undergraduates. So I think that should be all for you. Did you get that?
Yes, sir. All right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. Shino.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. Yes, sir. My research focused on the effect of food safety knowledge on customer patronage of home-based food vendors in Ogbomoso, Oyo State. My topic examine how hygiene practice, food handling and storage influence customer trust and buying behavior. My independent variable is food safety knowledge. Independent variable is customer patronage, and context is Ogbomoso. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm just in a wonder because the topic that you dropped on the group is not what you're talking about.
Yeah, I changed the topic, sir.
Now, wow. You drop something for us and you change it. Why?
Uh, I have a problem understanding the topic, so I go for the one that I understand better.
Eh, that's where it was.
Yes, sir.
Now, when you did that, you ought to have corrected that. You could have sent back. It means, let me open your secret a little. Nimido, did you know that Shina has changed his topic?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know, sir.
Okay, so you're also a part of the conspiracy. Now, the topic as it is now, can you help us make it clear, please? Type it out
So,
very well because I cannot pick that topic because it's not been typed before. We cannot analyze it clearly. So do that, Shino.
yeah,
Let's take
what's up?
Ogunleye Deborah. Let's
Good
Deborah
evening,
speak.
sir.
Yeah, good evening to you. I hope you've not changed your own topic.
No, sir. Let me check.
So go ahead.
Sorry, sir. Hold on, sir. My topic, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Sorry, sir. My topic is economic valuability and profitability of small scale domestic food enterprises in Ogbomoso. Hello, sir.
I'm all ears, oh.
Did you hear me, sir?
Absolutely.
So my independent variable my independent variable is my independent variable is the influence of small scale businesses. Is the influence of small scale domestic food enterprises influences how it influences their economic viability and profitability within Ogumosho.
My sister, calm down. Calm down. Let's do it one by one. Your topic is economic viability and profitability of small-scale domestic food enterprises in Ogbomoso. First, take note that Ogbomoso officially, when it is spelled, does not contain H.
Sir,
More,
please,
but then,
sir, please, can you give me more minutes?
yeah,
My network is kind of bad. I want to leave my where I am.
the Lord is in control.
Just 1 minute, sir.
Yeah. Yes, Sulaiman Ismail,
Yes, sir.
you're looking at the effect of food safety knowledge on customer patronage of home-based food vendors. Mm, this is nice. So you're talking about people who cook in their houses and take them out to sell, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, who are going to be your audience? Who will be your audience when you are addressing this topic? Because I'm trying to think, whose food knowledge, food safety knowledge are you going to measure?
Yes, sir.
Answer the question.
Come again, sir.
Okay, I'm coming. Effect of food safety knowledge on customer patronage on home-based food vendors in Ogbomoso, Oyo State. I'm asking you, who will be your respondent?
The customer, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, customers will be your respondent. Okay, it's a wise choice. So you want to see how much they know about food safety and how much that influences how they patronize home-based food vendors.
Yes, sir.
Your topic is straightforward, but a question. I have spotted an issue with the topic. I want somebody to everybody look into the topic. I'm going to be calling names now. Okay. Something is off in the topic. Who spotted it out? Yes, I want to call someone that is not a class 27 member, but who have been joining this meeting all along. What do you think is a problem with that topic? Shegun Oluwaleye, what do you think is a problem with that topic? Shegun Oluwaleye, I hope you are not shocked when I called your name. We have been doing this together, so nobody should be missing it. You should be flowing along and don't be afraid of making mistakes. We are learning together. So Shegun, unmute your microphone.
Yes, sir. I'm here, sir.
Okay. Yeah, welcome. So check that topic again. It's on WhatsApp. What do you think? Do you think anything is wrong with the topic or you feel it's okay? Everyone else aside Shego, if you have observed an issue with that topic, please raise your hand electronically. Shagun, did you see any issue?
The topic is there's no any video.
You might have connected with your earpod or earpiece because I could not hear you clearly.
Sir, I said there's nothing wrong with the topic, sir.
Again?
There's nothing wrong with the topic, sir.
Okay. I'm not seeing Scholar Fakunle on this call. Okay, she's here. She has raised her hand. I'm sure something is going on in your mind already. So, Scholar Rebecca, tell us, what do you think is off with the topic? with the topic.
Yes, the number 2 topic, Sulaiman Ismail additional. It says effect of food safety knowledge on customer patronage of home-based food vendor in Ogbomoso, Oyo State. Like the Ogbomoso, Oyo State is not identifying, it's not covering a particular area that he actually wants to use. Like he said, Ogbomoso, Oyo State. Is it all the vendors that is in Ogbomoso that he wants to focus on? Like that place is not that clear, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, thank you for bringing
Yeah,
that up. I
thank you
saw
for bringing
another
that up. I saw another hand is up.
Oluwanimilu.
Oluwanimilu.
Yes, Scholar
Yes,
Nimilu, go ahead.
Scholar Nimilu, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay, so I think that in Shina's topic, the part where he mentioned home-based food vendors, I feel like that might be a problem because how many home-based food vendors do you know? Then will you be knocking from door to door to be asking if this person is into food production, but in if the person is working from home. So I feel like you should remove that home-based and focus on food vendors, and probably in you should move it to probably in, like you can pick Ogbomoso North or something.
Okay, that is a brilliant contribution, and I think Sulaiman, you should pay attention to that.
All
Now,
right, sir.
what Scholar Rebecca said, Scholar Nemili also mentioned something like that, and I'm very happy that you guys are picking the nuggets where scholars actually scrutinize a research topic or maybe a research output, whatever. Now you see that that topic, as nice as it sounds, but the first issue I was even seeing there was not these things they were saying. It was the use of the word effects. And I told you that to use the word effect if the methodology for the research is what? Anybody? When do you use the word effect? I expect that in every research gist like this, you have your pen with you to take note of many of these details because you need it. Many of them you have to go back to them again and again to draw understanding. So from what I have addressed several times before, I said that the word effect is used when the methodology is what? Scholar Ferami Olapade,
Yes, sir.
when do you use the word effect in a research topic?
I think when the research is experimental, sir.
Correct. So you could rather look at the influence that a variable has on another instead of looking at its effect.
All right, sir.
Local government areas. We have Ogbomoso North, Ogbomoso South. We have 4 local governments in then we can also look at Ogbomoso. You can have many aspects of Ogbomoso put together in one kind of conglomerate. What I'm talking of is àwọn ibi tí ìlú ti ṣùpọ̀ sójú kan. Look at Ogbomoso metropolis, ìyẹn ìgboro Ogbomoso. You know, in Ogbomoso metropolis, nínú ìgboro Ogbomoso, all the 4 local government areas have areas where they have parts in this ìgboro Ogbomoso. So if you want to do that, you can either look at a local government area. Now, if you are looking at Ogbomoso North, for example, you'll be looking at both those areas that are in the city, rural aspects. You also patronize food vendors there. But if I'm talking about if you use Ogbomoso North now. But if you are looking at Ogbomoso metropolis, it means you're only looking at the Igboro. So all the places that are called Ogbomoso in the Igboro, they are the ones you focus your attention on. So please
Okay,
take
sir.
note of that. Is that
All
okay?
right. Yes, sir.
Okay, it's time already. But let me conclude with you and also hear from Deborah so we can close. Concerning the other thing that Scholar Nemilo mentioned about home-based food vendors. Now, let me make a clarification there. I will not, I don't know if Shina as himself knows what he's doing. I would have asked him to say, okay, let me push it to you. Shino, we want to
Yes, sir.
remove the word home-based from your topic. If we remove it, is this topic still going to address the kind of problem that is on your mind?
Not really, sir.
Mm. So tell us, what is the importance of that word home-based? Why do you think it should still be there?
The what I meant by the word home base are people like all these amala seller, the all these people that sell chin chin from home. Someone like Nimilo now that sell cake from home now. Not to use Nimilo, to just use the women's like that sell amala from home. Those kind of people, they have little or no knowledge about food safety. Unlike when we generalize food vendors. Yes, sir. Are you hearing, sir? Yes, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
I could hear you.
Yes, sir.
Now, it seems that
So
the
that
word home-based has to be a part of what you have to present. Now, I myself will not ask you to remove home-based because there are different categories of food vendors. We have those, if you just
yes,
say
sir.
food vendors, it will cover those who are selling food in restaurants, those who are selling street foods. Some people, it is on the streets, they fry akara and sell. There are also food vendors. In fact, food vendors will also include those who sell in standardized eateries
Hey.
and those who also cook at home and sell. It will also include those who, in fact, I know somebody that she cooks at home, she doesn't have a shop where she sells. People order and she goes to deliver. All of them are food vendors. But in this case now, she is a home-based food vendor. There are different categories of food vendors. And for me, research is beautiful when your direction is clear and we can pin it down. It is not appearing too big. It's okay, we can sort it out. So now, Ismail, it is your duty to go and specify the home-based food vendors and make it very clear the reason why you are
All right,
trying
sir.
to address that. And let me give you
All right,
one
sir.
hint, because if they are actually making their meal in standardized situations, they are likely to be forced to maintain food safety procedure. But because they are told, maybe they don't. And since you said that it is the customers you are concerned with asking questions from, you may want to know that, okay, between somebody that is selling rice from home and someone that is selling rice in a restaurant, which of them would you love to patronize more? Would your thoughts about the means of handling food affect your patronage? Those kind of questions can elicit their opinions as to whether people trust the food safety procedures followed by home-based food vendors. Thank you for that. Thank you
All
for
right,
the
sir. Thank you.
contribution that the two scholars also made. Lastly, for today, Ogunleye Deborah, are you ready for us now? Deborah Tisalosha. I'm not seeing her on the call again. Is she Deborah Johnson? Deborah, I can't hear you if you are speaking because I can see your mic is unmuted. Oh, Jesus. Okay, since it appears like Deborah has gone for maybe a nap, a workout, I don't know. Let us draw the curtain of this. If we draw the curtain of this meeting now, it means there is one cluster that has not presented. Now, Praise Feishike, you came late. You said your network gave you issue. I hear. Adewale Taiwo, you also came late. Olaribigbe Iyanolu has not been attending meeting, and I have promised to fight him. Now, this is almost the third meeting he's not attending. Those of you that know him, tell him, oh, I will not take that, because there are a lot of things to learn. Now, I believe that minds have been sharpened over again since we've been having meeting,
Sir,
because the goal of you being here, is he here?
it's Deborah.
Yeah, Deborah. The goal of you being here is to learn. So, Cluster F, I cannot take you again today, and we are done today with settling research topics. As from next week, Tuesday, we'll be looking at how to craft background to the study. So background to the study is what we begin to look at from next week, Tuesday. So the three of you, make it a point of duty to split me to present your topic. The same thing applies for the new cohort K. Cohort K as well, they have not concluded their topic. That cohort is headed by Jesu Shemilogo. She's not here. Those of you who know her, reach out to her. She's already showing signals of not being serious, because they joined late. Cluster A have not presented. What happened to you? I thought you guys already spoke. Okay, you are trying to speak that day and your network was giving us some issues. I will not be able to take you now, which implies you two should do your best to let's meet in person and discuss your topic. Scholars in cluster J2, headed by Susan. It was only Susan I had that day. Balkis and Aisha, you were not able to speak. That is if the two of them are even on this call right now. Now you see.
Yeah.
Okay, Balkis, I can see your hand. Balkis, what do you want to say? Or you raise your hand so I can recognize that you are there. Even if you are there, sister, you have not done too well in your group. Oh. Yes, Balikis, what do you have to say?
No, I raised my hand. Sorry, you know I'm available. That I'm in the call.
It's okay. It's good to be sorry, but it's not enough to be sorry. You should work together with your cluster leader and make sure that you put your topics in good shape. And the option you have is to let's discuss it too, not on this call again. And Deborah Johnson,
Sir.
talk sharply to your topic because we are closing.
Okay, fine. Okay, sir. My topic is economic viability and profitability of small scale domestic food enterprises in the Ogbomoso North. My
You said that
IV.
already. Now, in your topic, just let's answer questions. In your topic, do you think you have dependent and independent variable?
Yes, sir. My IV is small scale domestic.
Everyone go to the last topic. Wait now. Wait. Everyone go to WhatsApp and check that topic number 3. And we are going to see. Let's check together. Is there a dependent and an independent variable? So go ahead and tell us, what is your IV, what is your DV?
My IV is small scale domestic food enterprises, and my DV is economic viability and profitability.
How is small scale domestic food enterprises a variable? If that is your variable, then where is the context?
The context is the Ogbomoso North.
I already told you that context has 2 aspects. It has the population, the people, and the geography. That is the area. So Ogbomoso North is an area. The people you are concerned with are the ones that you say they are available. Small scale domestic food enterprises are the population. They are the context. Well, let me ask any other scholar on the chat now. Yes, scholar. Who's scholar now? I wanted to call Jesu Kwemi. Is she on the call? No. Put it back to the law. It's okay. Scholar Rokibat Muritala, I called you the other time. I could not hear you. Scholar Victoria Odekumbi, I know you're not in class 27, but you have been joining us. You joined us in discussing all these things. Do you think there is dependent and independent variable in that topic?
Sir. The network you have gone.
Okay. My network went off the other time. To save time, if saving time and learning, I think I should not sacrifice your learning for time. Yes, somebody should tell me what you feel in that topic. Do you think the topic contain the IV and the DV? Susan or Jekola?
But
These people that are not talking, I will mark your faces.
Sorry.
It's better you hello me. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sir. I'll be education.
You didn't hear the question. That's well with your soul. Ilé tó ń pòṣè.
sir,
Deborah,
sir.
na wa for you. Tó bá wà ní international call náà bó ṣe máa ṣe nìyẹn.
No.
The question I ask is that topic, is it containing the dependent and the independent variable?
The network is so bad.
Network only on that. Oluwanimilo, yes, I saw your hand, Jare. Go ahead.
Yes, sir.
I feel like there's no dependent variable in that topic, sir.
Okay, thank you. Is Scholar Makinde Oluwadamilola still on the call? Yes, she is here live. She will be speaking through my microphone. Yeah. The powerhouse is loaded. So yeah, come and talk to the audience. What do you think about the topic? This is the topic here. Economic viability and profitability of small-scale domestic food enterprises.
All right. So just like Scholar Milo said, I feel like the topic is not full enough. It's not comprehensive enough.
Okay, so why if it will compress it to how many words?
So it's not about the well explanatory.
Not well explanatory. It's okay. He said the topic is not well explanatory.
Can I explain it?
You want to explain, Dina?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Shortly, do that.
My study, sorry, sir. My study focused on.
Your study is different.
Okay, sorry, sir. About the topic. The topic examines economic viability and profitability of small-scale domestic food enterprises. I seek to evaluate whether these businesses generate sufficient revenue to cover up production costs and sustain long-term operation.
Yeah, we get the scope, but let me just set it with you. Your topic is a descriptive survey. You are measuring something in a single direction. Please listen, everyone. Research is not meant to be a straight jacket. This topic, I'm going to leave it like this for a reason, because it contains just a variable of concern. Even though you can see two things there, viability and profitability are on the same scale of economic growth. But
Yes,
the
sir.
point is, she's not comparing or checking the influence of those two variables on anything. She's only trying to see how viable economically are these enterprises and how much profit do they make. I will leave it like that because it is going to be a cross-sectional survey. This is the meaning of the English. While others, they are measuring, maybe using two, because you have a lot of small-scale domestic food enterprises right on this call now. We can start mentioning people that are already your respondents. Scholar Nimilo is one. Scholar Toyin is one. There are many other scholars like that that cook. They are all examples of small scale, even though they become big scale very soon in Jesus' name. But you see, how viable are their businesses and how much profits they are making. So you expect that you'll be having respondents as large as maybe the Taro Yamin formula will show us. Maybe 400 plus, maybe more, like
Sir,
a cross-sectional survey. Some of them you're also going to use, and I think I should tell every one of you that you are not just going, not all of you will be printing questionnaires on paper. I've told you already that there are different ways you can collect data. Even if it has to be questionnaire, you can also use electronic means of collecting data. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we want to draw the curtain of today's meeting. It's been a good day. So coming next week, as we meet on Tuesday, we'll proceed to look at background to the study. Until then, I remain your humble brother, FB Oluwagbemileke. Have good night.
bye, sir.